Welcome to Mirror Mirror, where we focus on speaking to our inner child and personal growth. We're going to heal on this channel together. Thank you for tuning in. A little bit about myself. I started speaking to myself maybe about 10 or 15 years ago. I was in counseling, and I've been in counseling for many years. I grew up in a very abusive household where there was sexual abuse and mental abuse. So it has been very difficult to really talk about those things, um, and I needed to kind of work through. But I had a counselor that shared with me an exercise that I needed to start doing, and I thought it was a great idea, and it is. So I started speaking in the mirror. I had to counteract the voices that I would get up in the morning that I had to fight. You know, the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. So he used to attack me in the morning. He still try to do that today. But you know, and I know, if you're a Christian, the enemy is a liar. So he comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And so he likes to come in, remind me some of the behaviors or some of the acts that happened to me in the morning and attack my mind before I even get up and to put on my armor. And so by the time I put my feet on the ground, sometimes I used to be literally in tears or walking with a book stack of bricks on my back. And it wasn't until I began to put on clothes and put on my makeup and fix my hair where I can just kind of get that book stack to get lighter, but it still will be there because I wasn't praying like I pray now, and I wasn't speaking to God like I speak to God. I allowed the enemy to tell me who I was for many years. So beginning to talk in that mirror really started changing some things. Not only it started changing how I felt about myself, when I apply the word of what God says about me into the mirror that I'm speaking to, that literally changed my heart posture. So on this channel, you and I are going to be working through some inner child work. If you were hurt as a child and you never really spoke to her, you may be still showing up in your adult life as her. And sometimes you need to go and not confront her, but console her. And I am going to teach you how to speak to the inner you, because sometimes we show up as children in different situations because we never matured in that particular area. So I'm going to do an exercise with you today. Stay tuned, but I'm going to tell you a little bit more about me. So I was sexually abused and I was emotionally abused, and that devastated me for many years. And being that I didn't get anyone to help me after confessing and telling people what was going on, I had to be around some of my abusers and still function like I'm successful. How many of you function? And when I say function, I mean went to college, got an education, got married, had children, performing, and you never really dealt with some of the issues that happen. And all those issues doing is piling up while you are performing as a mother, performing as a wife, performing as a leader probably in your organization or as a coworker, performing at church, whether you're on the usher board or you teach Sunday school, just performing. And you have to be quiet because, you know, if you come from certain families, what goes on in this house stays in this house. She got to do all that performing while staying quiet. That was me. So I'm no longer quiet. Um, I am speaking to my younger self and letting her know that I appreciated her. She was a very brave little girl. The very fact that she really continued to go to school and get her education while functioning and performing and being neglected, I had to go and talk to her and tell her how much I appreciated her, because she grew up fast without having the wisdom. So sometimes I show up in my marriage like a little bitty girl, because when you've been harmed in a certain type of way, sometimes certain things don't just automatically go away. Sometimes you have that nail in your side. So you have to know how to function with it. Keeps me humble. And it also keeps me running to God, because I can't do that outside of Him. So some of the inner work that I do, I speak to my inner child daily, because sometimes she don't want to get out of the bed. Sometimes she wants to lay up and ball up. Sometimes she wants to take some of the issues that happen at work or in her marriage and show up like that little girl that need help, or she's hopeless or helpless in this adult body, and I have to grow her up. But grow her up gently. So let us do some work, a little exercise. How do you speak to your inner child? First, you get you a mirror. I suggest getting a body mirror. You can get them from anywhere, from price ranges from the Dollar Tree to Home Goods. You can put lights on it. You can put flowers on it. You can decorate it however you want. It's your mirror. And I suggest that you put that mirror in the area where you're going to really look at, like get dressed at and do your makeup at. But put it somewhere where you're going to have to see it daily. I sit on my carpet. I love to sit on my floor because I just love to sit on my floor. It's not no because, I don't know why I say that, but I love sitting on the carpet. I sit on my floor, and before I even make my face up, I look at myself in a natural state. One, I acknowledge her. Acknowledgement. Hey girl, hey. I'm so happy that you woke up this morning and you showed up for yourself. You got up, you put your 2 foot on the ground, your 2 feet on the ground, and you kept going. Proud of you. Yesterday you did amazing as well. You did the same thing, and you made it throughout the whole week yesterday, and you making it today. Thank you for showing up for me. What do you need today? And then when I ask myself, what do I need? I pause. This gives you some time where you can answer yourself. Do a mind scan. Do a body scan. How you feel in your mind. How your body feel. Are you hurting anywhere? Do it feel good? Are you joyful? Is it heavy? Is your mind cloudy? Are you worried about a decision? Are you holding on to an argument or a conversation that you had? Once I answer myself, I didn't like what my husband told me on yesterday. I ponder on it. I may need to pray in that area. I may need to journal that down, write it down. Or I may need to have a conversation. But first, acknowledge it before you even try to target it. Acknowledge it. So you won't have those thoughts that comes out throughout the whole day. Secondly, I picked 3 things I love about myself. Girl, your hair is pretty. It's growing. You know that oil you're using? That rosemary oil? That's it. That rosemary oil is amazing, girl. Keep using it. Your teeth is pretty. Your skin is gorgeous. Yes, girl. Like that. I am going to compliment myself before I leave out of the mirror. Before I leave out of my home. I know what I like about myself before I allow the world to tell me what I can dislike about myself. And 3, before I walk out the mirror, I look back at myself. That's my little check mark. This to let myself know, I see you. You meant what you said. You look at yourself up and down, not in judgment, not in what you need to work on, but in admiration. Girl, I like the way you coming with yourself tonight. You that girl. So let's recap. How do we speak to the inner child? 1, what child don't want to be acknowledged? Acknowledge her. Acknowledge him. 2, compliment yourself. Start off with 3. It could be inner or outer. Your hair is beautiful. You have so much wisdom. And 3, look back at yourself. Because that's you. That's you right now. That's you right there. Thank you for tuning in to Mirror Mirror, where we will be doing inner child work. Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, and